Good morning, class. So today, I'm happy to see you, at least via computer. We are talking about Native Americans and Pilgrims actually getting ready for Thanksgiving. And today, the story I'm going to read to you, it's called Indian Two-Foot. It's about this little boy who actually is looking for a horse of his own. And you see in the back of this, they have, do you know what those are called? Those are called teepees. And teepees are homes that the Native Americans lived in at one time, okay? So let's read our story about little Indian Two-Foot. Indian Two-Foot and his horse. There was a little Indian, and he wished he had a horse. But he did not have a horse. He had to walk and walk and walk. He could sing. He could dance. See, there's the teepees. He could skin a deer for hide, but he could not ride a horse. He had to walk. Can you see what he's doing here? That's where he skinned his deer, or a bear could be used. And we're going to be talking about that in a little bit. It's called a pelt. He could listen to a story. He could paint with a piece of bone. See how he's decorating that now? But of course, he had no horse. He walked to the woods. He walked to the river. He walked to the top of the high hill, and still he had no horse. He could ride some rolling rocks. His version of sledding, I think. He could ride a big fat log, riding it down the river. He could swing across the river from a tree, but of course he could not ride a horse. He did not have a horse. Little Two-Foot, said his father, you must think like a horse to find one. Now go find a horse. Little Two-Foot walked to some tall grass. Well, if I were a horse, said Little Two-Foot, he would put his nose into the grass. Oh, but there he did not find a horse. Do you know what he found? A buffalo or a bison. He ran to a river. Well, if I were a horse, said Little Two-Foot, I would put my nose into the river. But oh no, he did not find a horse. What did he find? A moose. He ran to the hill where the sun was hot. Well, if I were a horse, said Two-Foot, I would find a cool spot. So he sat down in the shadow of a big old rock and he went to sleep. Can you see who's peeking back behind there? What is that? A horse. Oh no, he didn't find a horse, but a horse found him. Now, a horse has 4 feet, but this one stood only on 3. He held up a sore foot for Two-Foot to look at. Oh, said Two-Foot, it must be a dream. But if I were a horse with 1 bad foot, I would need some help from a boy like me. Two-Foot put his shirt around the horse's leg to help him hold his sore foot off of the ground. I will help you, said Two-Foot. Come with me. Little Two-Foot had a horse, but he still walked. They came to the river and they both had a drink. They came to the tall grass, so cool and long, and they rested for a while. Then they walked and they walked, and at last they came home. There's his reservation, it's called, where he lives, where all those teepees are. Little Two-Foot has a horse, said his father. And they all danced and sang. Every day, Two-Foot brought his horse some water, and he brought him some grass. He worked with the horse's foot until it was all well. He's helping him. And then he rode to the woods. He rode to the river. He rode to the top of the high, high hill. He had a horse. So, what did little Two-Foot do? He helped him he found himself a horse, didn't he? But his horse was called lame. That means he had a sore foot, and he helped him. And the horse rewarded him by letting him ride him. So boys and girls, I hope you enjoyed our story today. Now, today, I'm going to show you a couple things we're going to make. One, you're going to get to paint your bearskin rug, or draw it, or stamp it, or color it, whatever you'd like to do today. And I'm going to show you how to make your own teepee, maybe with some supplies you might have at home. All right, boys and girls, have a great day. I will see you later. So today, in your packet, you have something called I'm So Grateful. All right? Well, part of your homework today is to fill this out and draw a picture. What I'd like you to do is, if you can, you've been practicing writing your name so well, I'd like you to try and write your name at the top, and then maybe a grown-up can help you write the date there. And then it says, this is a picture of what I'm grateful for. So you're going to draw a picture of what it is that you are grateful for. And there's a couple questions down here that your grown-ups can help you with, and you can answer, okay? It says, who I'm most grateful for. So think about a person that you're really grateful for, and write that down. What am I grateful for? So think of a thing, something that you are grateful for, and have a grown-up help you write that down. And why I am so grateful, okay? Why I'm most grateful. So think about a reason. What is it? Why? Why are you grateful for something? So boys and girls, think about being grateful for something. Also in your packet, to do a little exercising today, there's something called gratitude yoga, and it has some exercises that you can work on to go along with something that you are grateful for. Okay, boys and girls, have a wonderful day. I will see you later.